Okay, here we go. Hobby night has started. So, I was setting up earlier, and a couple of viewers were in the stream, deck night and tabletop painting, uh, kind of helping me set up the stream and make sure everything was functional. And they actually picked the models that I'll be building for this first session of Hobby Night. I'm going to do start to finish the Space Marine, Storm Speeder, uh, as the Blood Angels, Storm Speeder. Now, I zoomed out so that I can get more in because just building right now doesn't really matter too much. I've decided that I'm going to build this as I'm not going to worry about the anti-infantry version. I'm going to go with the Hammer and Thunder Strike versions, which are just kind of slightly different, hard-hitting anti-tank versions. Checking my phone. Sorry. Sorry, I have a couple of important messages that are popping in here.
Yeah, with my jumpsuit. So yeah, that's the first one. And then yeah, alright.
I was communicating with someone off Marketplace about a couch, trying to get a new couch, and she just responded. Um. Okay, so sorry about that. I'm not going to touch that thing again for the next 2 hours. So here we are. Well, that's a lie. I'll touch it again. I forgot where I was. I'll just kind of start over. So yeah, I'm going to make the two harder hitting versions of the land speeder, storm speeder. Basically, both of them have a missile rack on top with a varying gun in the front. So that's easy, an easy magnetize swap. I'll just magnetize it so I can pop out the gun. And one's got like a missile pod, one's got a gun on the side. So I'll probably build the sponsons on the side so that they are magnetized. I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get to those. I might set it up so I can just pull the face off and pop in the other face. No one really questions these things in tournaments, which is all I ever play. Usually, no one's ever going to give me a hard time because, hi, Kempler. No one's ever really going to give me a hard time if the side sponson has, a Icarus rocket pod or a grenade pod, or if the top rack ads. Yeah, ad break. A minute. I'm gonna have to work on that. Yeah, well, I'm actually watching it with my Java Balls 40K account, my other account. Um, I don't know if anybody can actually hear this or not. If it's an ad break right now, I don't know. It's all new to me, the ad stuff. I'll talk. I'll start again in 20 seconds. Oh, so the people that are subbed, yeah, I have 5 people that are subbed right now. So just stand by for a second. Where's my headset? Okay, so my apologies for the ad break. Um, Looking for my headset. It's it's a necessary evil here, my friends, and I'm going to do some research to find out the least obtrusive way of having that. But as Dekna or Kemplar just said, just sub. Use your Amazon subs and sub to the channel, and you get ad free. I'm actually watching my stream right now on my other account, on my other computer, which is closer to my workstation here, so I can see what everyone else sees in the stream, which is why I can see the ads. And I get it; they're annoying, but they're why I'm here, frankly, to kind of supplement my income here. Yeah. Anyway, so here we are. So let's get started without further ado. The Land Speeder Storm. I have no idea how big this thing really is. I've never encountered one at a tournament or anywhere really, so I don't know if I'm imagining they're not very good. They're not extremely competitive. So let's do this. I love this process here. Slicing it open for the first time. That's the flying base, huh? Flying stand. Okay. I'm gonna pop open this brand new packet of glue. I have parts, marine parts everywhere. Let's see. I gotta remember to shoot inside my little frame. Although I zoomed out, so you should not really have any trouble seeing what I'm doing. So the intention here with Hobby Night is to just kind of work on the hobby. This is more for the benefit of my YouTube subscribers who came to know me through the hobby in the game itself more than the video game. So it's kind of a shout out to those guys. It comes with 2 little rings that have a little needle on them to pop open the dried glue inside the needle. So I'm going to put those someplace safe. Here we are. What do we have here? Yeah, they I don't know why they redesigned it. The old one, maybe this is better. Let's see. I guess I got to nip off the end here. Is there instructions? What's it say? Remove cap. Snip off 1/20, 1 millimeter. If cement doesn't flow, snip off another millimeter. All right, let's see. How much is a millimeter? Let me get my trusty ruler. Yeah, you're right, brother. Look, I don't want to mess up what I got going on here with my camera. Here, let's see if I can slide it over a little bit so you can see the craziness. No, I can't. I'm just going to tighten it back up. I have a frame that goes kind of up and around my workstation. Anyway, the outskirts of my workstation are just surrounded by like marine parts. Because like over the last year or so, I've been... well, that's half a... What? A millimeter? You know what? Let's see. I'm going to go with this. Let's see if that makes any come out. It does not. A little bit more. Oh, that's going to work. Okay. Maybe that's not enough. Yeah, I'm not a fan already of this redesigned plastic nub that they use. It used to have like a metal needle, which I like because it was precise. Let me get the thing. Maybe it's clogged up in there. This is a problem. There's liquid in there. Here, look, you can see what I'm trying to do. Just trying to squeeze some of this out of here. I don't want to nip off too much more because I like the fine. The whole point of this was the fine point. Why do they have to change things? Oh, now we got some flow. All right, well, that's gonna continue to be an issue for me, I'm sure. Okay, here we go. So I've never assembled one of these things. That's the ultramarine transfer sheet. Ultramarines. Why do they do that? They should always have Blood Angels in here. Okay, so let me double check the chat here. I missed chat the other day. Knox, I'll be back. Are you there? I don't know. Hold on. Oh, wait. Let me go back on my YouTube. There we go. There you are. Yeah, dude. Morbin Vol. I don't know what that is. Cut a centimeter off. Hey, Knox, if you don't mind, go to my Twitch stream, which is what I have primarily up on my computer. Yeah. Yeah, I did pretty much exactly what you said. I cut about a centimeter off and it's at an angle. And the pins that it comes with are really short. They're only about a centimeter long. So go, yeah, Knox, pop over to my my Twitch stream. Because that's my primary. And if Control V, there it is. I just put it in the chat there for you. I think, I mean, I'll be watching my models and not really watching chat as much, so pop over. Okay, here we are. So, and as Kempler said, just go ahead and sub. Use those free subs you get from Amazon. Fill it up. So looking at here, you can see that I'm going to be looking at these two configurations. The only real difference is one's got 5 missiles that are small, one's got 4 that are big. Kind of like the old Vindicator. It doesn't matter whatsoever, frankly. So I'm gonna go with the smaller ones. They look cooler. It looks more like a Gatling missile rack. And then the front gun I will magnetize, because like the way these things are set up is that you can only build one option that has the frame, the armor and pieces. And this one doesn't even have the armor on it. But yeah, so I'm only going to be able to build one of these, and then I would either have to magnetize the front or just go with as it is. And as I did with my Vindicator, I just put the one that had like 5 missiles in it. It looked cooler. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with this one right here. I don't even know what that is, but then I'm going to start building. So let's take a look at the sprues here. Oh yeah, look. Here's the insides for the bigger ones. I'm assuming these are the harder hitting missiles. And these are the smaller ones. That's okay. Nobody cares. Oh, I was saying, yeah, nobody really cares. All the orc players love to like talk about their orcs and get into what all the orcs do and all the different orc weapons. Slugga orca. And I'm always like, yeah, I don't care. Just go ahead, buddy. Go ahead, buddy. Hit me, shoot me, whatever. You don't need to. You don't need to explain what each of your orky things does, because it doesn't. It's not going to change anything I do, really. I'm still going to come at them. So this has a couple of pilots. So right now I'm just kind of making a game plan on how I'm going to go at this. Usually when I build these things, I'll do the pilots separately, and I'll paint the cockpit, and then I'll drop the pilot in. So it looks like these pilots kind of are conducive to that. Here's the Las Talon that I'll be magnetizing. This looks like whatever the other gun is that would go on there. The side sponsons, yeah, I'm going to have to magnetize the side sponsons. It's this thing right here. But it looks like it has a face that's doable. I could just drop a magnet inside there, drill a hole, drop the magnet in, and then so that the face of the weapon will fit flush, and I can switch them out. So that's what I'll do for the side sponsons, if it matters. Once I get a good look at them, I probably may or may not decide to even bother with that. It looks like one of them has little rockets on it, and the other one, I don't even know if there is a different one. An Icarus rocket pod is what's in one of them. Yeah, one's got like 5 rockets. One's got 3 rockets. So yeah, it doesn't matter at all for the side. So I'm not even going to really worry about the side sponsons. Okay, so let's get started then. One thing I can say about the new GW stuff is that it's designed spectacularly. It goes together super well, and easy. Old stuff, it wasn't that way. It took a lot of wrestling sometimes to get tanks, and they never really fit together. Not all the time, but sometimes it would be frustrating. So I appreciate their attention to creating models that fit on the sprue well, come off the sprue well, without lots of nubs in all the bad places. They kind of hide out where all the nubs are, and fit together. So I presume that's going to be the case for this model. It should kind of slap right together with minimal effort. I've assembled enough Space Marine vehicles where this should go pretty flawlessly. Really, it just looks like a big land speeder. The old school land speeders. I'm not really paying too much super attention to my camera framing right now. If I get off frame, I'm just cutting and assembling pieces, so you're not going to miss much. When I get to actually painting stuff, it'll be different. What I am trying to figure out right now is how I'm going to do the airbrushing on camera. I bought some nice long extenders for my cam. So what I'll probably end up doing is extending a webcam over to my airbrush station. How would you like that? Huh? Seeing the airbrush in action via webcam. Oh my, yeah, I'm definitely doing that. Probably not tonight. Or maybe I'll do an intermission and kind of run this camera over to the airbrush station. If I get around to it. No, that's not going to happen because I'm only doing 2 hours. And I have to prime it first. So I will probably just get this thing assembled. And then off camera get it primed. So that next week I can pop in and just get it. I'll start with the airbrushing. That'll be a treat. Okay. 76. Where's number 76? I don't even need the instructions for like a Rhino anymore. A Vindicator. I've assembled so many of those things. 76. I've probably looked at it. I probably touched it. 76. Where are you, 76? They're like the little rail extenders. Oh, there it is. Hmm.
Oh, hang on, no. This is rare. This is like really rare.
Yeah, that new tester's bottle's gonna
This is a badge.
challenge my patience, I think. Let's see. Okay, here we are. So,
I'm pretty sure this is
it goes like this. These are exactly the same, and they have this. There's little metal nubs. Let me check real close. Nubs are on the reverse side. Here we go.
Where should I just do a second? I swear it's a second.
Oh, this is a problem. I shouldn't have to wrestle with this to come out. Oh. I'm going to have to send them a nasty gram. Why would they change the design? It worked. It wasn't perfect, but it worked. Whoa, that's a lot. Ugh. It's dripping everywhere. I liked it because you could get a precise bit of glue. The nubs are on the far side. Now there's just too much. It's everywhere. I think I'm going to switch to my GW glue. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm not going to fight with this stuff tonight. It works. You know, it's good, but it's I don't like that how gloppy it comes out. You're benched. Let me pull this out. Oh, get the needle. See, here's the issue with the metal applicators. Stuff gets stuck. Let me find a needle and clear it out. Okay. That should do it. In you go. Let's see. Yeah, so much better. Okay, here we go. Wipe it off of my shirt. That's what shirts are for. 76. Are you familiar with part 76? Okay, here we go. The seats. Okay, so look. So here's the knee pads of the Marines. The feet go down. So they're like down in there. So this goes like this. Here's the front of the cockpit. This goes up here. I always kind of pre-fit the part to make sure it's going to fit in there nicely. It does. This version of the plastic glue from the G-Dub, it does the trick. And plastic glue really does work well. You should always use plastic glue. Don't waste your time with. It took me years to kind of assume the plastic glue love, and I was fighting with like using like Gorilla Glue and other stuff that really kind of flowy, liquidy stuff that you need like spray to harden. You know, I fought with that stuff for years before just accepting the plastic glue. If anybody in chat has ever assembled one of these things and have encountered any thing that they feel they want to warn me about, I would appreciate that. Please warn me about assembly issues. For example, the Land Raider has like an inner wall, and if you're not really paying attention to it, you gotta like pull it apart and put that wall in there. And make sure it fit right. Make sure everything's lined up perfectly. Okay, this is the back of the seat. What else is here for this step? Number 8. Looks like the front of the speeder. So I'm going to do a dedicated hobby night every Thursday. And there will be a lot more hobby nights It doesn't take anything for me to just turn on the camera as I'm just working on my stuff. And I'll be doing a mix of video gaming and hobbying. Hobbying. One thing you should always do as you're assembling these things is be looking for nubs that have to be trimmed, because they will cause a problem as you get to later parts of the assembly. So I'm going to use my blade and kind of just shave off that sprue nub. I don't know what they're called. Nubbly bits. Because these will definitely... I use the edge of the blade to kind of shave them. They will cause a problem when you try to fit together these precisionally engineered hull parts. Any more nubbly bits? I guarantee I'll cut my finger at least once. I think I got all the nubbly bits there. Let's see. This brings me back, I gotta tell you, back to the old days when I would do this on video with my old pixelated pocket cam. If you were an OG Jawa Balls viewer from way back in the very beginning when I would do this, sitting in a dimly lit dark room. And let me double check here for nubbly bits. Half my videos from that age got copyright strikes because I would play music in the background. Remember that? The old I would play like Battlestar Galactica soundtrack in the background or whatever, and all that stuff got copyrighted. So they just muted it all. They took all the audio away, but the video remains. Okay.
Oh, no, that's not.
So I'm gonna add more glue on where the seams are. I don't care too much on the inside here if there's lots of glue kind of floating about. I don't put a whole lot of detail on the innards of my tanks and all that. I don't really care too much about painting cockpits and stuff like that. That's not a huge thing for me. Oh, these things, it just snaps right. Did you see that? Mine went together pretty easily. Yeah, Kemplar. Yeah, this thing, it just snaps right together. I mean, it was on there. I probably could assemble this whole thing without any real issue. That's how well designed these are. So as much as people love to hate on the G-dubs, I like to give them credit where it's due in that they are really kind of setting the bar with the design and the engineering of their miniatures. So off-topic question, what do you guys think they're going to do about the Ball Predator? I guess maybe we'll find out on Monday. Maybe they've been releasing updates like every week. So maybe we'll get an update about the plans for their armor and stuff. Maybe they'll let us in on the secret on what they're going to do. I think what I hope is that we'll get a Gladiator variant of the Ball Predator. For those of you that aren't terribly familiar with the Blood Angels, who are an offshoot chapter of the Space Marines, don't follow the Adeptus Astartes. Is that what it's called? I forget what the name of the rules are. We'll just call it that for now. Which are the basic rules for how Space Marines are supposed to organize themselves. There's several divergent chapters that have their own rules, like the Space Wolves, the Black Templars, and the Blood Angels, the big three. So the Blood Angels while they're considered the most honorable and noble of the Space Marine chapters, have their terrible secret to hide, which is the Red Thirst and the Black Rage. But also, they focus their battle tactics on speed and
Yeah, we get singular locker. We get
hard hitting. Action. So assaulty, fast moving things. So traditionally, they've always had vehicles that had stuff like overcharged engines that could go really fast. And they have a tank particular to the Blood Angels only called the Baal Predator, Baal. And that tank has an assault cannon or a flamestorm cannon on the turret, which is a pretty fun, unique little tidbit for the Blood Angels. Okay, this was number 35, so I'm looking for number 29. 29 is the same twice, so 29 looks like it's got 4 little. I'll check chat in a second, guys, if you've been commenting. Just stand by. I'll respond. So the Blood Angels are a fast-moving, fast attack force. So they vary from the Adeptus Astartes. Mostly the differences are minimal. How the way they identify their units and their companies for one. They follow most of the rules with the equipment and all that, except for a few of the weapons they use. But so they're pretty close. Not terribly divergent. Okay. That goes up in there. Let's see. I'll check chat in just a second. Once again, if you goes like this are not subbed, I think there's still 4 or 5 subscriber first founder badges, which go to the first 10 people that subscribe to my channel. And the free Amazon sub that you get for being an Amazon Prime member works there. So if you haven't yet, you should use that. It helps me a lot. And it gets you ad-free viewing. And right now, free Apple TV for 2 or 3 months. Very good deal. So if you haven't, you should definitely use that bad boy. Throw the Jawa a bone and get yourself some Apple TV and ad-free viewing. And a founder's badge. Which to me would be the rage. I would do that. I got Midhire's founder's badge. I was his first founder. Okay. I'm not touching that phone. It's probably important. Is it important? Well, let me do a chat break. Okay, nothing there. I know a lot of dudes that only watch YouTube are hesitant. But hey, Knox, have you come over yet? Give it a thumbs up or something. I think he left. Kempler, 3K. Okay, let me look at this real quick. This is going to be a big assembly part here, so I need to take a really close look. I need to make sure number 45 has to come off the frame. Need to make sure all the nubbins are gone, because here's a point where they're going to cause obstructions. When you're putting together all the big long frame pieces and there's like a nub sticking out because you didn't cut close enough, they will cause problems. And that you only learn through hard experience. I see an ad up. I don't know if all the ads are the same for people. So I'm going to not say anything important while the ad's up. That's kind of why I'm watching the other screen.
I did that one. I don't know why I shield didn't die. Yo, never take me. Stupid.
Mm-hmm. 14 more seconds. Okay. It's funny when people say they don't have Twitch. You know, I was talking. I have a friend, told her to come watch, and she's like, "I don't have Twitch." I'm like, well, "Sign up for it. It's not gonna hurt you." Okay, so this thing goes on here. Got like it fits there in the center. There's like a little V pattern. Looks like it just kind of sets on there. It takes literally 30 seconds to sign up for Twitch. Okay. Does it have like a stigma or something? Are people like especially like YouTubers like hardcore anti-Twitch? Something I don't understand. Okay. So now got that thing in there. I shaved off all the nubbins, and there's no nubbins on the side frame. I think that we're just going to kind of pop it together like that. I think this is not going to take all that long to assemble, and I'm not going to prime it during the stream. So I think, yeah, there is some nubbins that have to come off. I'll switch over to one of my other units. So I'll let you guys pick that once I'm done assembling this thing, if there's time. The other part of what I'm going to assemble here. You can kind of look forward to that. The options are Death Company Intercessors, Company Heroes, or Hellblasters. This is the thing I never paid much attention to, like the shaving part of these. So a lot of my early tanks have like little creases in them, especially with those earlier G-Dub models where they weren't quite engineered so well. But these things go together so tight that if you don't trim down all these little edges, then it'll cause a problem. As I'm just kind of working here. I played in a tournament over the weekend, and I played against an orc player, and he had the big mecha, the big walker. It's like 800 points. And he had it filled with Ghazghul and his retinue. So he probably had like 1,200 points of his army invested in one unit. And I lined up my Vindicator and my Gladiator Lancer, and they alone did like 2/3 of its wounds. And then surrounded it with my Death Company with melta pistols. And they finished it off with the melta pistols. And then they assaulted Ghazghul and all his dudes and killed them off on the charge. So on turn 2, like, I mean, he wasn't really there to win the tournament. He was there to have fun and, you know, just to play that ridiculous thing. But on turn 2, it was over. Moral of the story, don't play that thing. The game's too deadly right now, and it's too easy to kill stuff like that. in a competitive setting. Every army you're going to go up against can easily handle a big mech. Maybe not easily, but they can.
Right, but yeah.
Everybody's got redundant shooting and high
Oh, yeah.
strength stuff and high damage stuff.
What the two sides of it. It's like, so what if they combine Hazard? Then the sword is,
Yeah, see, there's little nubs everywhere, and these are going to cause problems.
sure. That's what everything. I forget that came out. That's what happened.
Okay, now we're going to go for it.
So there's like one for fire, one for electricity, and one for steam, but the underwater has the
Excuse me.
what was the right side that nobody wants the right side?
Okay, let's see. Look at that. It's even got like little slots that it slots in and just kind of holds it in place. I think I got all the nubs. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. This thing's a joy to build. Believe me, if you ever built stuff like a Tau Devilfish,
Now the bears
not all things GW are joys to build.
the bears they take up the fire. So in the hazard order, there's just like sections for everything. The hazard, like fire, electricity, and then there's like the water one.
Look at that, just snapped right on.
But there's only been one hazard that's been discovered, which is a parasite.
Feel free, by the way, to ask questions if there's anything you would like me to kind of address or discuss.
Nobody knows.
I have tons of things I can share and show and talk about.
Oh my.
It makes my life easier to kind of elaborate and answer questions. Oh, so when I look at the side, it's got like a nub, a post that the sponson pops onto, as opposed to in some of their other designs. Oh, I just touched it with glue on the side. Nuts! Now there's a fingerprint on the side of the model. That's okay. One time I did a commission for somebody, and like my blood got into the paint. It was tainted with my blood. My blood and tears went into that model for him. Look at that. It's like perfect. What's up, Matt? I don't have any audio on here, so yeah, you missed it. When I was on earlier, when I was setting up, a couple of people popped in and they picked the Storm Speeder as the model for tonight. So so that's what I'm assembling and going to paint. I'm going to do this number 4 and 5. I'm going to do this every Thursday night exclusively on stream. 4 and 5. So if you have, oh Matt, have you seen anything else Blood Angels wise? You're kind of tied in to the scene. Well, and they'll also be recorded, so you can watch them if you miss one. I know at this point there's probably going to start being rules leaks. I still haven't gotten any kind of confirmation on the sanguine the priest, whether or not he's going to have a jump pack. It's not looking good though. That's not how that goes. Let's see. Okay. Let's see where this goes. I see. I'll be very, very disappointed in Games Workshop. More so than I already am. I'm usually a GW fanboy, but if there's no priest, I will not buy the other model. I will refuse. I see what I was doing. I was trying to put the same side together. Hold on, I'll check chat in a second. I can't divide my focus. Okay, where's the other ones? I cut off 4 and 4 and tried to assemble them, and they don't go together. 4 goes with 5. I've been kind of all over tonight. My brain's just kind of bouncing around. Yeah, I will be boycotting, and I'm almost tempted to not even bother getting the Death Company box set. I'm a little annoyed. I won't be playing Astelrath. I've already got tons of Assault Marines, like a lot, and there's no Death Company bits in there per se. So why would I get that? Why would I bother? The book, the codex itself, doesn't matter. Maybe, I'll be able to get Lemart at a later date, because they will no doubt put him individually for sale. He's the only model in that box that I want. No, I haven't watched anything. With all the stuff that I got going on at any given time, actually getting the watch stuff is like last on my list of things to do. I will, though. One day when I'm just kind of sitting around. I've been watching, when I do watch stuff, oh, nuts. It's called Y-Files. Check that out someday if you've never heard of it. It's like on Tubi or YouTube. The Y-Files. It's interesting. The guy does a really nice kind of delivery to these interesting topics. Wiping off the extra glue. It's a mess. Oh, well. Nothing some primer can't cover. I keep poking myself on that dude's banner. All right, and now there's like little exhaust ports, 39 and 40. 39 and 40. There's 39. Yeah, so if there's no jump pack priest, that'll be a big mistake on their part. They should talk to people in the community, like me. They should talk to me. Because I know I've been kind of out of it for a long time, but one thing has never changed in 15 years. Jawa balls and blood angels kind of go together. And I would have definitely advised them, whatever you do, keep the priest with the jump pack. It's just synonymous with the blood angels. See, that's the glue just kind of pops right out of this, and I shouldn't have to squeeze anything for the glue to come out. Testers should have communicated with Jawa Balls before redesigning their glue pot. I'm joking. That's a Jawa joke. Is this thing a transport? Can this carry models? No, that's not entirely true. There used to be a jump pack apothecary. Well, I go way back in the day, friend. I used to play that command squad. Okay, what's next? 56. There they are. I don't usually put on these like rails. They, to me, always seem like an unnecessary detail that I have to just paint later. Oh, I know. But how hard would it be just to make one? You know, make the jump pack apothecary available to all Space Marines, and just include it, or not. You know, just make it a character for the Blood Angels. How hard could it be? Jawa rant. I'm ranting because I like that. I've always had a priest in my armies. Yeah, I hate that. Always having to wait. It's time. I don't want to wait. You know, they took out the librarian, which I didn't really argue with because I rarely played the jump pack librarian. Okay, pilots. I'm going to skip pilots for now because they're going to go in separately. Kepler, can the pilots pop in easy? I don't feel like it. Well, I guess I'll assemble them.
Oh, never mind. No.
Or Matt, did the pilots just pop in, or will I have to fight them in?
Sure just die, Rusty.
Yeah, old school, right? I was just talking about that. How it's kind of old school back in the day. I used to have a old like Canon Power Shot, and I mounted it on a tripod that was really high because I had to have space to be able to see. It was at least like 3 feet up off the table. Then I zoomed in really close, which created a really bad pixelated view. I actually shot a video not long ago, I don't know, last year or so, using that old camera. And I put it up on YouTube. I don't remember what I was doing. All right. Whoops. God, my fingers aren't working. What is going on here? Is there like a nub or something blocking it? There we go. Okay, one pilot. If you're in the YouTube chat and I don't see you commenting, it's because I have the Twitch chat up as my primary interface. So I do have it set so that chat pops up on screen, but as you can tell, I'm not really looking at the screen. So if you're on a YouTube, pop over to Twitch, make an account. It takes you 10 seconds. And just join. Hit the follow. Join. Get the notifications. Do the stuff. It's for your own good. My son's trying to be quiet. He's been playing his Xbox for about 12 hours today, so. Am I a bad dad? Jack, am I a bad dad? He's just like snarling at me and like shaking his head. Okay. Nothing in YouTube. We're in good shape. Got my average at 6, which is good. Okay, what's next? Pilots, I'll do them after. And I'm going to actually paint their heads yellow. Because that is part of the Blood Angels way. Their fast attack troops have yellow heads, yellow helmets. Oh, they're in Phobos armor. That's cool. So they'll stay on sprue until I'm ready for them. Matt, yeah, so I'm going to do a airbrush demonstration, brother. You ready for that? Next week, I'll have it set up for the airbrush. That'll be my first ever live airbrushing. I should make a video before to let everybody know that it's coming. I've been promising airbrush for years, but it's so hard to kind of do it. But now that I have some more equipment I got for the streaming, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Number 43 goes up inside there. There's always one little thing that goes up inside, like the hood, the front. You gotta search for, it's like a light. You gotta pop this up in there. No, I'm not shaving it. Okay. Oh, they made this so... it just popped right in. It's like snap. There it is. Good on you, G-dubs. You did a really good job with this. 74. That was a pleasant surprise. I was stealing myself to have to wrestle and drop that piece like 10 times. Okay, so I'm assuming like here's the housing where I'm gonna put a magnet in there. I think I'm just gonna deal with magnetizing it later. Oh god, they even put like a little notch. Yes. God. All right. And this is ready for assembly. Let me shave off the nubs. A little airbrushing. Yeah, you get to see me airbrush the tank. My friend John Steining, who is probably one of the best painters I know personally, by far and way better than me, taught me how to airbrush. Kind of more by proxy, or by watching him post his stuff online. Good old John. He's a good man. He had a heart scare. Had to have a heart surgery and like valves replaced. And they put in an artificial one. And the thing was like ticking. And he was like going literally insane from the ticking, and he would talk about it, and you could see his whole kind of demeanor just, yeah, it was getting bad. I was really fearful for him, and had another surgery done to fix it, and that worked. So makes me really happy my friend John Steiny kind of came through, because that would have been a lost foot to the world if he was not with us anymore. I haven't seen him in a long time. He moved to Arizona because of his condition. Needed less stress and less pollution. I did a video with my kids at school, kind of encouraging him. They were cute. All right. God, this thing just pops right together. Always wear an old t-shirt when you paint. Because it doubles as a glue rag. See, look, there's some nubbins right there. I gotta come off. As a paint judge, when I walk around kind of looking at people's models, I haven't judged in a while. I used to judge at Nova several years in a row. Nova Open. Like, one of the things I look for is sprue nubs. You know, if guys took the time to trim off all those nubs on their models. Because it matters. And at Nova, the paint score was kind of important. Yeah, I miss going to Nova, but it's too much, too expensive of a trip. And I can, it's Labor Day weekend, so I can't really just leave and go early. Taking the nubs off as soon as I cut the piece. I think that my clippers actually are starting to give out. They were cheap. They worked really well, but I think that they're starting to kind of separate a bit, which is what's causing these nubs. Anything else that goes on this? 42. Something goes up in there. If you're commenting, I'll look in a second. Stand by. Bear with me. I'm looking for 42. There she is. What is that? It looks like a rangefinder for a pilot or something. Yeah. Stay on target. Like Luke Skywalker's X-Wing rangefinder. Goes like that. Nice. We have an ad. Uh-huh. Ooh. So I won't during ad breaks. I won't say a whole lot. And again, I need to figure out the best way. I need to do some research. Mid hire probably has been to figure out the best way to avoid ads. My phone went off. Who was that? Now's a good time to check it. You're the man, Matt. Well, I bought these off Amazon, but they were like a cheap China brand. They're better. They were better than the Army Painter ones I had bought. Yeah, it's all right. I'm trying not to check my phone. Yeah, I see that. Thanks, brother. Yeah, yeah. As I was saying, I had bought this pair. I bought two at the same time just to test and see. I like to experiment. And in every test I did, this pair, which cost like half of the price of the Army Painter ones, outperformed. But it being cheap China stuff doesn't have the quality, I guess. Whoa, that would be awesome. A $70 clipper? What? This was like $5. Stettel MS. They even put like a model number MS 102 because that means something. Um. Okay, 37 and 36, 27, 26. There's 36. Here's 36. Let's see. This is number 36, and this goes on the side closest to me. And I presume they've got a nub. Look at that. They have like a little. Yes. I should probably wait on this just to make sure I get the pilots in there, but if I have to, I'll pull them off and just use super glue to put them back on. I gotta start picking up the pace if I want to get this done by 10. Roll bars are in. What was next? 27 and 26. There they are. 27, 26. Where are they? What do they look like? Wing things. There they are. Yeah, it's like the tips of these clippers. They're kind of separating, which is creating that nub. This is number 27. I did not expect them to last very long, and I was sadly. Where's it go? Goes like this. Like that. Like this. Like that. Think. Yep. I missed a couple of nubs on that piece I just put on. And my miniature's all covered with fingerprints from me touching the glue and then touching the model. Jawa prints. Okay, that's in. Now, 44 and 12 have to go together. What? It's like the central stabilizer underneath. Where is 44 and 12? There's 44.
It's over here, John. It's over.
Where's 12? Usually they're on the same sprue.
Alright, and maybe
I've not seen 12. My eyes have definitely failed me.
Alright, go to the 4-player thing.
Where is 12?
Everybody here.
It's got to be on there. There it is. All right, so probably in the meantime, off cam, I will I'll paint the pilots so they're done and ready, except for the heads. I'll do the heads on cam because you'll want to see the yellow I do.
Alright.
It's pretty nice.
I got an item for you.
And I probably could have shaved those nubs off. Shave off my fingerprints. And this goes right in there. And there you go. It's the bottom anyway. No one looks at the bottom. Let me check chat real quick. Check the YouTube chat. Anybody there? Nobody's there. Okay. Here we go. 33, 32, 11, 10. 33, 32. Here's number 32. These are like the floaty parts that make it float. The anti-grav bars. There's no classification on Twitch for miniature painting that I saw. So I set the search classification for the stream as Space Marine 2, which comes out in a matter of hours. Well, a lot of hours, but still. I really like that they made this thing with all those little anti-grav things as one big long piece. Other anti-grav tanks like the Repulsor has a bunch of like little pieces that you have to assemble separately. 11 and 10. And there's no need for that, is there? Here's number 10.
Yeah, you get that shit going there.
10 goes on this side, right here.
Yeah, get out for bash. Get him out. Ooh.
I didn't shave nubs off. I didn't think I saw any. Let's see if there's nubs. Yeah, there is.
Alright, Jake's up.
I will shave these off. I always kind of err on the opposite side and like leave divots where the nubs would be. Kind of like mosquito bites. In that I would rather just dig the mosquito bite out of my leg than deal with the constant recurring itch of the bump. Put a comment about how you deal with the mosquito bites. Do you just tear them from your body, leaving a crater that scabs over in a scar? Yeah, I don't imagine. Yeah, I don't know how much these even cost. I'll have to look at the app. If I have time at the end, I'll look at the app and we'll talk about effectiveness. Why you don't see them on the tables at all. Thing is, like, they seem to have quite a bit of firepower, and I have to imagine the reason why they are not points friendly is that if they made them more points friendly, they would just imbalance the game. You would see a lot of them. 6. And all that firepower. They can't have that much free firepower or cheap firepower just flying around. I'm guessing. Nice and easy. And finally, the driver, the gunner. How much are these things, Matt? You have it there? 130, 150, 160, depending on what you build. Right. I was looking at my points. I'm always when I'm sitting around, rather than like watching stuff, I'll look at points in my army. And I okay, it's 38. Where's 38? And let me pull this off while I'm cutting. And also, like, getting ready for the new update, kind of taking out anything firstborn from my army, and like my Death Company Dreads, for example. You know, getting ready to take the hit, being proactive. I decided to add a Brutalis Dreadnought to my list, and I haven't looked at them in a long time. And to see that they're only 15 points more than a Death Company Dread kind of surprised me. I thought they were like in the 200s. But they're only like 160 points. Yeah, I knew you'd look. That's why I knew you'd appreciate the chance. So I was surprised to see how cheap they are now compared to what I thought they were. So anyway, I put one in my army, and because it seems that's where they want us to go anyway. Okay, 78. And if reading it, they're surprisingly pretty good, especially because a big part of my army is taking advantage of the chaplain and assault intercessor synergy with the mortal wounds they throw around like chiclets. And the Brutalis does that as well. But even more. Like brutal. Brutally, they'll do that. Did I?
Okay, so key card.
Oh, these go on the front. Okay.
No, no,
I forgot to put those things on. So,
that's fine. Key card.
I'm looking for part 70. There it is. So, like, yeah, when the Brutalis goes in on a 2, 3, or 4, I think it does D3 mortal wounds. Or 2, 3, 4, 5, D3 mortal wounds. And on a 6, it does D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. What the hell? People, that's just a bullying. Just bullying people with mortal wounds. Especially when you add in the assault intercessors and the chaplains with their mortal wound love. It's just all kinds of mortal wounds being thrown around.
Save your toys. Oh, that's some classified documents over there. That's some classified super docs.
So I'm looking forward to trying that model out. He's big, hard to hide. He'll definitely get shot up. He does all, you take the Furioso Talons or whatever they're called, and so he's good against infantry and elite.
Oh,
I don't say tank anymore. Elite's a better word.
Mr. President, I'm Walker.
Dealing lots of damage. And
In the room, Matt, in the room. Mr. President.
this goes like that. So, things to with the ease of popping off things like heroic intervention.
Wait.
Oh, shoot. There's nubs on the inside of those. He will be a fantastic assault deterrent because of how you can get him a 6-inch heroic intervention. And the nubs go on the inside.
Don't touch the ceiling. Don't touch the
And he can just get in there. And one of the fun things about these mortal wounds and such for Blood Angels,
Imagine Panopticon behind the door.
it's common
Ooh,
to a misconception is that you don't get the red thirst when you would do something like a heroic intervention. But that's not true. You do. Because heroic intervention only directly talks about the charge bonus. And the only charge bonus it describes is the fact that charging makes you strike first. You hit first. And it goes on to very explicitly state that
there's a door over here too.
other abilities that are performed in the charge, like Hammer of Wrath, are not part of the charge bonus. Which means they still go off. The Red Thirst, so +2 strength, because you're still making a charge move, and that's what triggers the +2 strength, +1 attack. So heroic intervention is really amazing because it triggers the mortal wounds with Hammer of Wrath and the really tasty Red Thirst.
Yeah, right.
Let that sink in for a second.
Just got a little. Some guy shot. Mr. President, are you okay?
Yes, Matt.
Sir, get down.
I was saying that for you, my friend, because you got the dreads. Yes, you do indeed get the mortal wounds and the Red Thirst on a heroic intervention. Read it yourself and smile. It explicitly says that other abilities triggered by the charge are not considered charge bonuses or something like that. Here, you know what? I'll take a break from the painting and I will look that bad boy up. Let's see. I don't want to dox myself here. Scrolling down to get the battle. Going down to the charge phase. You have to look at reference and search for charge. And then you go to charging. Charge bonus at the end, the last bullet under charging. Charge bonus bestowed on a unit that makes a charge move, so that until the end of the turn, that unit has the fight's first ability. Note that other rules and abilities that trigger when a unit makes a charge move or in the turn that a unit has charged are not part of the charge bonus. So, anything else that triggers on the charge, like Hammer of Wrath or Exhortation of Rage or Red Thirst, is not part of the charge bonus. Therefore, triggers when you do Heroic Intervention because it is identified as a charge move. Yeah. There you go. And with that, my friends, I have finished assembling this thing. Just got to get the dudes in there. They shouldn't pop in too difficultly. I might have to pull an arm off to squeeze them in, then reassemble. But yeah, I probably should have left the roll bar. I'll pop off the roll bars. So now it's time for the weapons. There's not much left to do. So I'm not going to bother with the hail strike. And so I'm going to make it either a thunder or a hammer strike. So I'm going to pick one of the missiles, and I'm going to choose the middle one because I like those better. So I'm going to assemble it with those missiles. And then I'll magnetize the last Talon and whatever that gun is into the front as well. So I can pop those off. And the sponson weapons, they look like rockets too. So I'm not going to worry about the sponsons. I'll just put the bottom one on there. Oh, it's got missiles. I'll magnetize. There's missiles here under the wings too. I'll magnetize those. So let's do this. What time is it? It's 9:30. Perfecto. Okay. So 14, 18, 20, 22.
Play again.
14, 18, 20, 22. Not on that sprue. Here we go. Here's 22.
Bro. Alright. I need to
18. Matt, are you reading that rule right now?
Oh, it's been mapped into the toy. There's a toy there. Right.
14, 18, 20.
What do you mean? Math, shaky. Math.
And 14. Here it is. The exhaust port.
Jockey, drop it. Here, math. Best president.
Is it sinking in? Are you seeing it now?
Wow. For what?
I wasn't really paying attention that when I cut these pieces off
No.
to what goes where.
Don't go in there. Don't go in there. Master prep.
Okay.
No. My
There's some nubbins that got to come off there.
No, I'm gonna save you. Alright, wait. Escort him. Escort him. Escort him. Don't lose sight. Don't lose track of him.
And 22 missiles go on there. Well, there's not really any ruling that you have to get on that. I mean, this is not a confusion thing. The last bullet point in the charge rule very clearly identifies that abilities are not part of the charge bonus. I would just kind of do it. And if anyone wants to argue, you put the clock on them, let their clock tick away while they argue something they're going to fail at. If they use clocks where you are. Let their time burn away arguing a rule that they're going to lose. $25, the housing.
Safety. That's the president in this one.
I mean, granted,
Hi.
other armies can use this against you. Like a Tyranid player is actually the one that showed me that. I think it was a Tyranid player. I don't remember. It was either a Tyranid or it was Michael or Troy. I'll have to find. I don't remember, but yeah. Man, my stamina is not what it used to be. I used to sit there and just work for 12 straight hours. Of course, I would not be able to stand up. But, yeah. You still trying to wrap your head around that? Yeah, man. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother sending it in. Because you might provoke a FAQ specific from a tournament. Especially if the TO or whoever is a anti-Marine player, anti-Blood Angels player. Especially if he's gotten crushed by Hammer and the Chaplain. You can bet he would rule against that, given time. Old Jawa Ball is coming back, right? Gaming the game. Don't hate the player. Don't hate the Jawa Balls. Hate the game. Don't hate the Jawa. Hate the game.
Don't shoot that guy.
I remember I did a blog post on tank armor facing once, which kind of like set the standard for how tournaments ruled on facing and all that. Because I was so clear in my diagram that I drew out and the description for how everything worked. Back when I had my mech army, my mech blood angels. And I directly used my influence to manipulate, not manipulate, but affect rulings that mattered to me way back in the day. Now Jawa Boss, no one even remembers him. Except for Troy and except for Matt. And Deck Knight. Deck Knight remembers. The first founder.
Don't look at that.
Okay.
Money.
So, I'm not going to bother magnetizing these because you can't make more than one anyway. So I'm just going to glue these right onto the...
Give me that money.
Yeah, one thing I don't care for is a lot of moving parts on my tanks.
Where's the president? Where'd you go?
Oh, I need to wrap my head around how tank shock works. But yes, how many command points is tank shock? Thing is, you got to save one for to bring down your dudes at the end of their movement phase. I always forget what that's called. Rapid ingress. You got to save one to give the Sanguinor precision. So you really can't be less than 2. You gotta have, so you gotta be careful how you use them because you gotta have rapid ingress, and you gotta have precision on the Sanguinor because his biggest strength is being able to snipe the characters for free when he comes down. Not for free, but for one command point. See, it's coming back to me. The what made me kind of good at 40k. That stuff's coming back. I had to wrap my head around just how to play the game first. But now that I've got that, yeah, I'm just going to pull the trigger and glue these on. Because once they're on, they're on. And I'm not going to mess with them again. And it doesn't matter. So, on they go.
Where is Brett looking?
Okay. If anyone wants to argue exactly what gun they are, well, that's on them. They can get in line with their arguments and cry over getting mortal on heroic intervention. So you're saying I can't imagine when does grenades or when does tank shock happen? That's how I'm on. I have to look up tank shock because I wonder if you can take shock on a heroic intervention. Is my question. Just talking about bullying people. Oh, you're gonna charge me? Here's 16 mortal wounds. There will be some arguments there, I believe. People will not appreciate such things. 55 and 54. I gotta find those. Okay, so I gotta get the guns. I love rolling those dice for the assault intercessors for the mortal wounds, and then when I activate the squad to fight, rolling the exhortation of rage as well for the chaplain, because people just hate it. They hate the mortal wounds. They hate that I just can throw them out there for free too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, mouth right here.
And there's nothing they can do about it.
Bye.
Especially if you roll well.
Get the black light. Bro,
It's not a
dude,
stratagem. It's just an ability that the unit has.
Haven't you bring up to like a million money?
Like, you know, you see like the 5 stages of
Did they buy the document?
what's it, regret or what, you know, acceptance, and finally they accept it. They try to argue at first, and then they try to negotiate.
Yeah, they gotta have fun.
Then they just accept it.
Alright, buy Hellbreaker. Alright, and then buy batteries. Just buy batteries for the rest of the
The 5 stages of grief. Yeah, right now you're at denial. Good luck. Pretty soon you will come into
And then we're gonna like, oh, Mr. President, wait there.
negotiating.
There we go, like, oh. Hey. There we go. And now he's gonna be mad. Alright, we should go. Hide. Mr. President, hide.
Yeah, so
Right here, right here.
tank shock, right? Then Hammer of Wrath.
Right.
So basically, so what you do is you like assault intercessors or just regular Primaris intercessors, Death Company,
Down the water.
70 points. They get a free heroic intervention.
Down here.
And you put a chaplain with them. And
No, look
so you keep them, you know, next to the juicy unit you want to protect.
Mr. President here.
And you keep that Brutalis locked and loaded too. Or, even better, you put
Alright, don't touch the fan.
your assault squad
Try and
intercessors
let the fan go past.
with a chaplain. So the assault intercessors,
Come here.
although they don't get the free heroic intervention. But
Now we're seeing. Hide.
and the honor guard, what's it called, the company heroes, because they have a captain. So if you're just getting snarky with heroic intervention, you can pull off 2 for free.
Hey.
The Death Company,
Alright, no bullshit here.
I don't know. Can you look that up and see? See if that's covered there. Because like you can throw in the
Mr. President, totally. And more.
Death Company intercessors for free. You can throw in the company heroes for free, and the Brutalis Dreadnought or the assault intercessors for 1 command point.
Ooh, Mr. President, touch this.
That's 3 units heroic intercessing
Everything.
or heroic intervention. Look that up if you can. Tabletop painting. Out of phase rules. If you don't mind. I need to see that.
Wait here.
Okay, so I'm not gonna I'm gonna drop a magnet in there. And I'm gonna put a magnet on that. See how that goes in like that? What time is it? 45. Well, let's try to get this done right now. Let's see. Come out, magnets. Are you ready for this? Ready? Look at that. This is my magnets. Behold. I just threw everything into a drawer, and my pinning drills are attached.
Oh, yeah, no,
I got some drill bits attached. I have these little flying stand things that I have. These connects.
save the floppy.
They just cause problems, right?
Alright, do you develop?
I just want magnets. Rip them all off. Oh, there's like sharp things in here, like blades. Yeah, all these drill bits are in there. There's a Dremel bit. What else is here? Another drill bit. So what do you guys get on that? Look it up. See if there's some kind of out of phase rule or something that takes away that heroic intervention nonsense. Because I'm reading this straight from the most updated GW app. That doesn't mean much, but it should be it should be it should be up to date at least. Look at this mess. Just little magnets everywhere. I'll put the drill bits in a different drawer when I'm done. The screw in here. What is that? Oh, it's a little drill bit. I'm going to put that in the very top. I wasn't really planning on spending 10 minutes just kind of unsticking magnets from things. Oh, look, it's one of my little nozzle cleaners. That's where you went. Into the special box you go.
Goldfish incoming.
I guess this had to be done. Hmm? Man, they love sticking to those bits. The drill bits.
Let me do it.
Okay, I think that's everybody. Is there anything else in there? Oh, there's a bit. There's a screw. Oh, God, that one's in there good. Must have a lot of iron in it or something.
The moment he messes up, I'm taking control.
Anything else that's a problem? There's a piece of paperclip.
He did it.
Nope, that's it. Okay.
Ooh, this present. Look. 480 HD.
All right.
Crank flashlight.
What do we got here?
If you hold LT, you can charge that.
With out of phase, you can't use any abilities the unit has when completing an out of phase action.
Yeah, you do nice drop precedent. You might not be the brightest person, but he's hard precedent.
Well, but that's not really true because other rules and abilities that trigger when a unit makes a charge move or in the turn that unit has charged are not part. So
Yeah, we have one
when you read
here, wait.
the
Alright, wait.
heroic intervention,
Alright. Alright. Just wait there.
all it says under heroic intervention for restrictions is even if this charge is successful, your unit does not receive any charge bonus, which only is fights first. So when your opponent's charge phase effect, your unit now declares a charge that targets only the enemy unit, and you resolve that charge as if it were your charge phase. Oh, did they already kind of clear it up? Straight up? Because it says, as if it were your charge phase. So, if I'm doing a heroic intervention, it's as if it was my charge phase. But if they already did a FAQ on that to say, nope, too bad, sucker.
Regular fish.
Let's read that bad boy. I accept your cookies. All I got is a link to all that stuff, like all the different links I can download. Yeah, they cleared that stuff up first page. Of which one? The core rules update?
The moment Mav dies, it's gonna be a lot of fun because he'll lose his toys.
First page, you said? Out of phase rules. Some rules allow a model to move, shoot, charge, or fight outside of the normal turn sequence. For example, fire Overwatch. When using out of phase rules to perform an action as if it were one of your phases, you can not use any other rules that are normally triggered in that phase. Sad face. You cannot use any other rules that were normally triggered in that phase. So, you may not use any other rules that were normally triggered in that phase. So, Hammer of Wrath would have been normally triggered in my charge.
Captain Obvious.
So, yeah, no Hammer of Wrath.
Captain Obvious saves today.
Tank shock. Tank shock. Yeah, I think I'm down with that. Fine then, if I can't heroic intervene. Look at this. It's like Tetris. If I can't heroic intervene, I will tank shock charge my Brutalis. So how's that work? The amount of mortals that it would deal. How's that work out?
Nah, I am done.
Okay, so let's see. I'm going to cut that end off. Right? Let's see.
I'm done.
This goes there. So all I have to do, I'm going to cut the end off, put a set a magnet in there.
Now Mr. President. This way. Oh, hold on, wait. Over here. I'm pretty sure there's a classified document in here.
I don't want to lose the guns. That's why I would magnetize them.
Look around, see anything.
I can just cut it off. Let's see.
Alright, nothing. Come on, man.
Let's see. What do I have? Will that fit in there? Well, that makes me sad. I've been kind of giggling about that with my buddy for a couple of days.
Math, don't look at that. Oh, Math got too close to this.
So Tank Shock gives Brutalis 10 dice. 1 per toughness. Every 5 is immortal, up to a max of 6. So max of 6 from Tank Shock. Max of 6 from Brutalis charge. I think it's ridiculous that you can even Tank Shock a Dreadnought.
Yeah, right here.
That's not even fair. But yeah.
Where are you? Wait.
This is the best part about Warhammer 40k. You know, the ability to kind of, what's it called?
Oh, we're done.
Munchkin. To Munchkin this game. It just makes me happy.
Alright, play again. Curse you.
Where did those little magnets go?
Play again.
Oh, where could they be? Oh, it turned sideways.
Yeah, don't worry.
I need something that's not going to stick to it. Give me something plastic.
Hey, Mr. President, do you want hand crank or green? You got it.
So right now I'm setting a magnet deep in there. You see? And it looks like if I cut off the nub that would have gone into that hole and set a magnet on it, it looks like it'll be a perfect fit. But that I cannot do until I have figured out the polarity of that side, which I cannot do until I have it's dry. So I can't put the magnets onto the guns right now. It's going to take some time for that to. Well, that's not even.
Oh.
There we go.
There's a white man and this white guy.
There is no fairness. You're right, Matt. There is no fairness, especially in tournaments. If you go to a tournament, you got to expect that you're going to get bullied and brutalized and beat down.
I just found two dollars.
Tournaments are not for the faint of heart. Oh, I got to clean out that whatever's in there. It's just a mess.
Ah, look away.
Yes, the Emperor protects. All right, my friends. So just in time, except for the assembly of the
Mr. President, yeah.
those things, and this also negative, sir. Not gonna happen. I do not ever use these plastic things. So what I'm gonna do is this would glue onto here, and you would what really? So no. Look how high that is. So anyway, so I'm going to come up with some kind of post or something that is this tall. And I'm going to put a magnet on the end of it and sit a magnet in there. And yeah, that'll be my flying stand. So even it's just like a piece of terrain or something. I'll find like a piece of wall or something. And have it just hovering over a piece of wall. That's exactly the same height as this thing.
This present battery.
Into the void, those things go. Right, so where'd my trusty metal ruler? I got so frustrated with always having to look for rulers that I just bought like 6 of these. I'm not happy with them because they're not flush to the edge. But whatever. So that is roughly 3 inches. Not even 2 and 3/4 tall. All right, so that's gonna wrap up Hobby Night this Thursday, August 15th, and a pretty productive night. We learned something about 40K. We completely assembled a storm speeder. Here's the pilots. There's the guns. And now I'm ready for the next step. So next time, I didn't put the sponsons. I'll get that done too. I'll finish all the little assembly things in the meantime so that I'm ready for next time. And next time, it's airbrush time. I'm going to have the camera. Oh, Matt, you're the best, man. Thank you. I'll do a little unboxing. So I'll have the camera set up at my airbrushing station somehow, and I will demonstrate how to airbrush red. You're not going to want to miss that. I should do a little video to let people know on YouTube. So spread the word, have fun. Thank you for being here. Hit the buttons, do the stuff. Go to YouTube and do the stuff. If you got those subs from Amazon, use them up. Those are really nice. They make me happy. And, all right. So, I got to go over there to hit the other button. Good night, guys. Thanks for being here. I will see you next time.